Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going over how to make some nice button hovering animations and maybe adding some nice clicking animations. I know that I have already done this before, but we'll be making a better one. And in the past tutorial, I did not show you guys how to make one for mouse enter and mouse leave. And before I start this tutorial, I just want to let you guys know that I have Patreon. So if you guys want to support me, the $1 tier will give you a nice useful module or script every month, and the $10 tier will give you access to all of my tutorial files and one useful module every month. With that being said, let's start. So what we'll be doing is adding a module script to replicated storage and rename it to UI underscore animations. Okay, so now we've got the UI animations module. What we'll be doing now is getting some services. So local tween service is equal to game get service tween service, and then what we'll be doing after that is getting I think that's all. I think that's all we need. Now we will create a function. So function module dot dot setup, and then we'll call the inst function. We'll create a variable called inst. This is just for the button. Let's change that to button. After doing that, what we'll be doing is creating a table. So in here we're gonna create a table, so local original sizes, and this is where we will store all of our original sizes. So after doing that, what we'll be doing is if not table dot find and original sizes comma button, then, or maybe button dot name, or maybe just button. Then what we're gonna do is original sizes and button is equal to and button dot size. Okay, so now that we have the original size, what we'll be doing is creating a variable for the actual original size. Make sure you don't add an s at the end, or let's rename this to local main underscore size, and we'll set that to nil. You can leave this like this if you want, but I'm just going to put it to nil. So after doing that, let's just put some white spaces to make the code a little easier to read, and we will have a mouse button one click event and a I think we will also need a mouse hover and mouse enter event. So what you want to do is do button dot mouse enter connect function, and we will call, instead of doing connect function, we will do mouse underscore enter. Now we will create a function called the mouse underscore enter in a second, so we'll do that right now. I think we will have the function up here, or let's think about this. So we have the main size, we're gonna have to send the main size, and all right, let's do that. But before we do that, we'll do that right here. So I want to do connect function, and on underscore mouse underscore enter. I know we haven't created this function yet, but we'll create it in a second. So we'll send the setup, or actually we're gonna send the button. So we're gonna send the button comma, and we'll also send the main size. Okay, so in here we're gonna do main size. Instead of setting it to nil, we're gonna do main size is equal to original sizes and button, and that's it. Now in here we'll create the function, so copy this on mouse underscore enter thing, and we'll create the function right here. So local function, and paste that here, and you want to put some parentheses, and let me check out still recording. Yes. we'll get the button, and then we'll get the original underscore size. Okay, so after doing that, what we'll be doing is local tweened size is equal to, or local hover size is equal to, and original size, I think we're gonna do dim2.new, and we're gonna do original size, or let's just copy this, original size dot x dot scale divided by an amount. So we're gonna have the amount right up here. So we're gonna do settings, and let's just do this. So in here we're gonna store all of the settings. So local, let's do maybe hover underscore size, and we're gonna set that to something like 1.5. I'll explain why in a minute. So after that, we're gonna create local or let's do mouse enter size instead. Mouse underscore enter underscore size, and then local, we don't need the mouse leaf size since that's very simple. We're gonna just do click underscore size, and we're gonna set that to 1.2 or something like that. Maybe 1.2 should do. Okay, so divided by mouse enter size, so we're going to copy that. We're going to divide it by this, or maybe let's map this on a vertical way. So let's do it like that. And original size dot scale, comma, and we're going to put a 0 and then a comma, and original size underscore size. Make sure you don't get the table, make sure you get the original size variable right here. Okay, so we're going to do dot y dot scale, and we're going to divide it by mouse enter size. And then you want to put a comma up here and then 0. So we have the hover size. Now we already have the original size, so all we have to do right now is do button colon tween size, and we're gonna do hover size, comma, and here you can get the ease in style, ease in direction. So we're gonna start with the ease in direction. I'm going to have that out, and then we're gonna get a nice ease in style. So I'm going to have that as sign, and after doing that, we will give it a nice time. So local mouse underscore enter underscore speed, and we're gonna set that to maybe, let's make it take around or let's change that to duration instead, duration, and let's make that take around 0.2 seconds. 0.2 is pretty good. And we're gonna get the mouse duration, and then we're gonna do a comma, and we're gonna put a 0, true. After doing that, what we'll be doing is just, yeah, I think that's it. Now we're gonna go ahead and test this. So we're gonna go to start GUI, add a screen GUI. Let's rename this to just test, and we'll add a text button. This will be our test button. We're gonna add a UI corner to it, and we're gonna set this to maybe 0.1, this is just optional. And what I will be doing is making it a bit bigger, centering it, and we're gonna rename it to, we don't have to rename it really, we just have to add a local script to the screen GUI. We're gonna rename it to client underscore, or maybe animation underscore client underscore UI, or I'm really bad at renaming, sorry. So UI underscore animation underscore client. Okay, so after doing that, we're gonna create a variable for replicated storage, local replicated storage is equal to game get service replicated storage. After getting your replicated storage, we're gonna get the module. So local UI underscore animation and animation underscore module is equal to replicated storage colon wait for child. Make sure you do wait for child. And we're gonna wait for the UI animations module. So we're gonna copy the name of it, paste it right there, and then we will loop through all of the UI. So for underscore comma, and let's do UI underscore let's do UI, let's do in I pairs and script dot parent colon get descendants do not delay do if UI colon is a UI button. So this is basically if it's either a image button or a text button, you just gotta put image GUI button. Then UI animation module colon setup. So let's just copy what we did here. So we called it dot setup. So dot setup and UI, and that's basically all you have to do to make the mouse enter work. So now if you go ahead and play the game and you hover over the UI, a weird bug will happen. But before the bug, setup is not a that's very simple. We just did not require the module, so we're gonna put a require right here. Make sure you put some parentheses. You probably already know that by now, and we'll play the game. Now, as I said, a weird bug will happen, and that's very easy to fix. It's just because it's not converted to scale. So to convert it to scale, we're gonna put this size 2.1, 0, 0.1, 0, and then you can reset it however you want, and it will still be scale. And now you just want to put it right there, and we're gonna see if this works. So if we hover over it, it should scale down, and it did. Now, after doing that, what we'll be doing is getting a nice little mouse sleeve animation. So we're gonna create a function right here. So local, let me just zoom in for you guys, and local function, and we're gonna do on underscore mouse underscore leave button, comma, and original size. Let's do original underscore size like we did there, and we're gonna drop a line. After doing that, let me just put some white spaces over here. Okay, so after doing that, as I said, we will create a we'll just tween the button. So button colon tween size and original size, original underscore size, comma, and out, and a nice easy style. So I'm going to go for sign, and then we're gonna do it should be the same as mouse enter duration. So mouse enter duration, you can change that if you want, really, and we're gonna set that to true. So after doing that, we will do a nice mouse leave event. So in here, we're gonna do button dot mouse leave colon connect function, and on underscore mouse leave and button. Actually, before we send the button, we will send the original size too. So main underscore size. Now if you go ahead and play the game, this should work. Okay, so let's just go here, hover over it with the mouse, and as you can see, it's not glitchy, and that's really cool. Now I'm going to show you guys how to fix this problem. So as you can see, it will go to the left, and you might want that if you have a button like right here, but I'm going to be showing you a really easy way to fix this. You just want to set the anchor point to 0.5 and press enter, and it will automatically set it to 0.5, 0.5. Now I want to center the button again. You don't have to center it, and if we go ahead and hover over it or leave the button, it will tween, and that's really nice. So after doing that, and also here's the advantage of using a module and not having to do the to put a script inside each button, and basically copying the tween size. That's just very annoying to do for me. so I just found a way to just divide the scale, divide the get the original size, insert it to the table and stuff. But here's the cool thing: you can resize the buttons however you want. I'm just going to have a something like this, and I'm going to put it right here. And here's the really cool thing about it. I'm gonna say that like 10 times. But if you go ahead, let's change the background color to something like a nice gray, or even a nice blue, I guess. I'm just going to erase the text. Here's the cool thing about this: if you go ahead and play the game, this will automatically work with any button that you have in game. And as you can see, it looks pretty nice. And I really like that. And it will, as I said, it will work with any button in the game. Okay, so after doing that, you might want some nice click animations. Or actually, before we add the nice click animations, I want to do something over here. So instead of dividing it by the mouse enter size, we might want to multiply it by that, and it will look much better, I think. Yeah, it might look much better. So now if we go ahead and just play the game again, wait for everything to load. As you can see, I think it's better. Maybe that was a bit too much, so we'll just change that to 1.1. Play the game again, see how this looks. You can use percentage with some very simple math functions, but I think this is good enough. Okay, so after doing that, we'll add some nice mouse click animations. So what we'll be doing is local function and on underscore mouse underscore click, and you're gonna get the button and the original button, comma, and original underscore size. Drop a line with some nice white spaces, and what we're gonna do is a button called tween size, or let's do local. Okay, so what you want to do is copy, literally just copy this, paste it here. Instead of hover size, we'll change this to click size, and instead of multiplying it, we'll divide it by the click size, and again we're gonna divide this by the click size. Alright, so after doing that, I think it's the other process is very simple. You just want to copy this line of code, paste it right here. Now we're gonna change this to the click size, and we'll change this to a nice, we're gonna have another variable right here, and we're gonna do mouse underscore click underscore duration, and we're gonna have that set to 0.2, I guess. We'll do mouse underscore click underscore duration and true. Okay, so after doing that, well, all we have to do is do button dot mouse button one click on connect function on underscore mouse click button comma main size, and that should be it. Now you want to go ahead, play the game, and you'll be very happy with the results. So you will hopefully be happy with the results. So if you hover, it will tween. If you click, nothing will happen. Great. Unable to cast double UDM2. Okay, so that is very simple to fix. Click size. Okay. So here's the problem here. What we did is we got this click size instead of this click size. So just copy this variable name, put it right here, and should fix all your problems. Now you want to go ahead, test this again, and hopefully it will work. And as you can see, it did work. Great. Okay, one single little problem. Actually, pretty big problem. Okay, so I think that's very simple to fix. All we have to do is, instead of having a mouse button one click function, we're gonna have a mouse button dot let's just remove this really dot mouse Why does it not show the function? I guess we're gonna have to go to the developer hub. Roblox developer hub, dev hub. And if you go here, there is something called mouse button one up. Yes, handles.mouse button one up. Yes, mouse button one up. Or actually, we're gonna go for down and connect function, and we'll just paste that right here. Then we're gonna do button dot mouse button one up this time. Yes, dot mouse button one up connect function, and on underscore mouse leave, which is basically the same thing. So we're gonna do button, and we're gonna send the main size again. And now if you go ahead and play the game with only 68 lines of code, it should work perfectly. So as you can see, when we hold it, this will happen. As soon as you leave, this will happen. Okay, so that's really cool. You can also spam it without having to do anything. And as I said, this is really nice, because all you have to do is literally just duplicate the button, put it wherever you want, change the color or anything you want, really. Let's just erase the text because I think it looks pretty ugly. And as I said, you'll just have to play the game and it will look super nice. However, you can add some, you can customize this however you want, really. And I think this is a pretty nice module for what it does. It's very simple. And also, we don't need this twin source variable right here, to be honest. Yeah, we don't really need that. As I said, it's very simple, and it's what it does is really nice. And I think this is going to be it for today's tutorial. If this helped, make sure to subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and I will see you all in the next tutorial. Bye!